Hi. Welcome. Oh, oh, what's going on here? What do we got? Okay, cool. How's the sound? Okay. It's not bad. It is not bad at all. Are you breathing? Is your heart beating? Yes, because you're alive. So, I'm already getting started with my lymph drainage. You might see I've got sesame oil on my head, and I've got this washing technique going on. So we'll get into that in a minute. I want to tell you what that's about. And I'm finishing up my breakfast. Today I'm drinking some black coffee. I was not planning on it. It's got dandelion root and milk thistle and a little bit of a Himalayan salt crystal and some crepe myrtle leaves from the crepe myrtle tree that we tried to save next door. I know it sounds crazy, but that's good for blood sugar, supposedly. And what else did I put in here? Oh, I put a little pine needle powder in here. I don't know. Intuitively, that's what I felt would set my vibrations right today. What are you all drinking? Yeah. I guess a couple days ago I made some whipped cream, and I think that just satisfied my cream craving, so I don't crave to put it in my coffee right now. I made maca chia seed whipped cream. Had it for a snack last night. And I'm eating some breakfast over here still. But I just wanted to pop on here and start to reset with everyone. You know, one of my favorite ways to do that is Qigong. And I've been calling this class Qigong, but I decided I think I'm just going to start calling it Energy Hour because I don't just do Qigong. A lot of people don't know what Qigong means. And I don't know. This class is kind of like more casual, than a lot of classes. That's why I call it naked. You know, I'm not doing like a strict class. I'm not, you know, wearing makeup. Sometimes I do, but we're just being real. We're just hanging out. It might be entertaining for you. You might just watch, or you might participate. So it's like an interactive show. So as we get started here, let's let's connect with what you need today. Hold your hearts. Ask yourself, what do I need today? What's out of balance? What's hurting me? What's stuck? Right? You got me for a whole hour. We're going to do all kinds of things. Qigong, some stretching, some emotional release. We're going to talk about lymphatic drainage today, which, disclaimer, I'm not an expert, but it's a really good thing to talk about. And yeah, I just love making time every single day to ask myself, how do I feel? Not just what am I doing, not just what have I accomplished, not just does this person like me? No, that's so external. it's so good to take time and be like, am I actually feeling how amazing it is to be alive? Am I experiencing the joy of life? I think that's so important to just almost pretend you're a kid again, listening to the birds outside and playing outside and discovering pine cones and just all of the miracles of life. Mm-hmm. So we do always do the Wujigong in this class because honestly, if you believe in reincarnation, maybe I'm a reincarnated monk or something. But as before I even learned Qigong, I totally feel like I was doing it when I was a kid. And when I started to learn it, it reminded me of being a kid. Is it just me? Is it just me? Like is doing Tai Chi Qigong a very playful, childlike thing, or is that just me? That it feels like me. It just feels like it connects with my energy. Like it just feels so right, like a glove, a hand in a glove. So I always do the Wujigong. It just feels like one of the most amazing resetting techniques I've ever experienced in my life. Kind of like my first yoga class. I was like, whoa, we can relax. This is so cool. We can stretch. We can get this yummy energy around us. It was always like sports was always like competitive, right? And then you discover yoga. But then there was still something in yoga that didn't feel like it was completely connecting to my energy. Like it still felt like I had to act, I had to stretch myself and become something else. But when I do the Wuji Gong, it's like I'm completely and fully me. Like there's no mask. I feel naked. I feel completely connected to the movements. I don't have to pretend. I don't have to need approval. And, I remember when I was in high school and someone came and did this like energy class, and I was like, this is so weird. I cannot feel this at all. And maybe it was the way they were teaching. Because when I started studying with Grandmaster Fu, I was like, I felt like a baby giggling, you know, in my element. I was like, this is so natural to me. That's the word. This is so natural. So I always do the Wuji Gong. It feels completely natural to me. But I really like to enhance or support that natural feeling that I feel I want others to feel it because I know how good it feels to me. And so I never want to push you to do something that doesn't feel natural. And that's why I always say, if you're doing something and it feels painful, edit it, adjust it so that your body actually enjoys doing it. Because when I suddenly felt like, oh my God, this is so much fun, like dancing, like singing, that's when I feel like we get the most benefit from something because we're not in the way mentally and then we're truly resetting our nervous system. Okay, so how when you hang out with people that you love and you like have deep conversations, hi branches, at a party and you might not sleep a lot that night. I feel like there's a glare. And the next day you still feel so refreshed. It's because being around that love and light completely reset your nervous system because you felt seen, heard, you enjoyed yourself. And that's why I think it's so important to enjoy ourselves while we're doing the energy reset hour. This is for you. It's not about proving anything to anyone. It's not about obviously not about being a supermodel. It's not about, making baskets, in the hoop, shooting 3-pointers. The 3-pointer is going inside and finding that peace and love, like you're a giggling baby, like you're just one with yourself. And it doesn't matter if anyone else sees you or hears you, because you feel that connection and it feels so good to you. Does that make sense? We're all on a path of discovery. And if you can suspend your concept of disbelief and just listen to yourself without needing to prove anything to anyone, then you can be in that state of discovery and you can be in that state of evolution for your own consciousness. What do you think about that? Thanks for the thumbs up. So we're going to start today with a grounding mudra. And then we're going to talk about lymphatic drainage. And to be totally honest, I do think that doing any Tai Chi and Qigong, probably more so than yoga in some ways, but there might be specific yoga moves. I don't know. I'm not a trained yoga teacher, but I do think doing Tai Chi and Qigong drains your lymphatic system intuitively. But I think there's some things that we can do to help it that aren't Qigong related that I want to talk about today. Because draining our lymph system is key to reintegrating our bodies in so many ways. Because there's so many ways that toxins get trapped in our lymphatic system. And if we don't drain it out, then it stays in our body and it can wreak havoc, right? I honestly think rubbing the hands together is one of the main ways we can activate our lymphatic drainage system. Because our hands are energy centers. And our hands are like roots. And they can sense things around us. And they can release things around us. There was a material change occurred with us that we only eat with chopsticks. You mean chopsticks after spoons and forks or before spoons and forks? I also love these ceramic spoons as opposed to metal. I've been really conscious of how much I let metal touch my mouth lately. Ooh, whoa. We didn't eat without chopsticks? Who? You mean you? So you decided to just use chopsticks? Let's keep rubbing our hands together and let's go a little bit lower into the wrist. And be really gentle, because what the lymphatic massage therapists say is that your lymph is very gently swayed to move. So you don't want to press hard at all. Actually, the gentler you do it, the more you're able to move it. It reminds me of Tui Na, which is the Chinese massage technique where they train you by massaging a bag of rice. And you press the bag and you move things around the rice kernels and you don't want to break it because you want to be really gentle yet effective at the same time. So now we're just going to gently go through each finger. And it really makes sense, right? Because the lymphatic is a little bit of a different viscosity than other parts of us. And it's like definitely not like moving a muscle, right? It's more liquidy. You can't massage water, right? But you can maybe take a little bit of it and move it. Like with your hands, you can drip it, drip, drop it. And you see, that just reset me because I took this deep breath. It was just so relaxing. And it really is something you have to slow down to do, right? You don't want to rush it. You got to be with it. Now we're going to go the other way. Something that helps me slow down is to ask myself, am I feeling the temperature of this? Am I feeling the texture? Am I really taking it all in? All right, let's go to the other hand. And you're acknowledging how hard your hands work and how overstimulated they get, and how much energy they absorb, almost like loving your hand like it's your pet or something. And you're like, okay, I can take time for you. I can give you attention. I think that's what a lot of us are seeking, is just that love and attention and that moment. And then doom scrolling happens, like you're just trying to find that validation when you can just come here, give yourself that validation, give yourself some tenderness, and reset yourself so you can kick butt in the world if you want to. So I end by directing it towards the underarms, because that's like the lymph center. And so we have this move in Thai massage, right, where we press someone's underarm for 20 seconds. So we're going to do that nice and easy. So yeah, the Thai massage is totally should help with lymphatic drainage, I would imagine. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Other side. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And what about your fingers, branches? What about just eating with your fingers? Oh, yikes. So you really moved a lot of stuff. So besides, I wanted to show you the squashing technique. You can take like a rubber band and put it around your ear And that actually helps to drain the sinuses. You do that for 5 minutes on one side and then the other side. So I'm going to show you that. And then it can really help your eyes not be puffy, because a lot of that puffiness is the lymph that needs to be draining. So at the same time, you can gently gently stroke under your eyes towards your ears. It's so nice to take this time, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. Branches that you can get things moving in Qigong, because you're waking up something that might have been just festering for years that needed to be cleaned up, and then it gets dispersed and it was contained, but it still needed to get out of you. Amazing. Amazing that you stuck with it and cleaned yourself out like that. And then the body has that natural reaction, right? That heats up the bacteria and kills it. Now we're going to do the jaw, like in between the two, top and bottom, and just guide that. Now we're going to start right outside the nostrils and go towards that cheekbone, and then end up between the jaw again. There's a kitty cat. Hey, Amy. And it could trigger a swallow response. That's how you know it's working, right? Now we're going to, let's see, I got 1 more minute on that. Now we're going to just gently tap under the eyes. And on the nose a little bit. This is better than rouge. All right, I'm going to switch to the other ear. It's not that tight. It kind of stretched out. It'd be better if it was a little bit tighter. But now we're going to tap on the brows. And just in front of the temples towards the corners of the eyes. Very gentle. You do not want to press hard here. There are some nerves, lots of nerves there. You got some nerve. Now we're going to do gentle brushes from the center of your forehead out to your hairline. Not too hard. Remember to smile a little bit. All right, tap, 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 tap. And let's just do a head massage. That always just feels so good. Like you're washing your hair. That kind of movement. Which more and more of us aren't doing every day because we know it's not bad for our hair. I mean, it's not good for our hair to wash it every single day. All right, very good. Now we must redo our hair. So I want to talk about sesame oil as just oiling up the body is a way to activate lymphatic drainage because oil kind of wicks the toxins up to the surface of your skin. And the sesame oil, not toasted sesame oil, like organic sesame oil and the hexane-free organic castor oil, cold pressed. Sorry, I have something in my tooth. Maybe mixing the two. I haven't done that yet. Organic olive oil. You know, these natural oils, not petroleum products, they clean you. They have a very amazing cleaning effect. I mean, a lot of soaps are made out of olive oil, right? And different oils. So when we massage our skin or even just gently put the oil on them, it really is a way to clean yourself. You know, it's called moisturizing, right? It's a kind of moisturizer. But if you think about it, what is moisturizing? It's cleaning. As long as it's not a gunky moisturizer. Because it's like when you wash something, it softens it. And so when you put oil on your skin, you're washing out the impurities, especially, you know, if you take a shower afterwards, you're washing it out and That's why you're softening the skin, you're feeding the good bacteria. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, what we're going to do now is I've done 5 minutes on both ears, and we're going to do a lymphatic drainage or just a drainage. We're going to open up the right hand into a V, bring it around the left ear, and gently press down and give yourself a little massage. I'm going to do that 2 more times. We haven't even started our Qigong yet. We've been going at this for a while. That's okay. The Qigong form only takes 10 minutes. And now the other side. I love when it makes me breathe like that and swallow. It's like working. Good. Okay, so now y'all have probably seen this before. We're going to just gently touch those rivers in here. So in this area, just in case something got trapped, we're just gonna gently rub that back and forth. And rub is even too hard of a word for it because we're not really rubbing. We're just kind of feeling the skin. It's like you're moving the skin on top of the bones. Like you're gliding the fingers. Literally like if it was a plastic bag of rice, you're like guiding the top of the bag over the rice without breaking the bag. On the other side. Very relaxing. Good. And you know we're going to have to do a foot massage now. So we're going to just rub the bottoms of the feet gently. And what you're going to do is circle each toe a few times in each direction and then pull the toe away from the foot. You're going to open up that foot. That's probably more challenging than opening up your hands, even though you use your hands constantly in a motion that's maybe tensing for your hands. Your feet are always in shoes, which is more constricting. And you're going to rotate the whole ankle in both directions. Bend the toes back and rub the bottom of the feet again. You got to start really taking to heart that bending any part, constricting any part of your body affects every part of your body. So it might be surprising that when you massage your feet, your face feels less tense or your hands feel less tense. But if you were trying to drink out of a straw and the bottom of the straw was clasped shut and then it suddenly opened up and you can flow and drink, that's exactly like drinking your energy. You are the straw. If you open up the bottom of your foot, which was closed, and now suddenly the energy can get into your body, you're going to feel it everywhere. So now you're going to rub in between the toes. Okay, now we're going to find a point on the foot somewhere, an acupressure point, and we're going to hold that for 20 seconds. Open up the energy. Find it, a point that might be tight. If you press around and you feel pain, it's like, okay, that's the point where we're going to activate something. This ring light is washing me out, but it is what it is. want you to be able to see me, not darkness. What's one thing new that you learned this week? Drop it in the comments below. I want to learn something new too. It's just amazing how much there is to learn every single day. I'm amazed by all of the brilliant people in this world who teach me things every single day, especially about free energy, natural energy, how to harness that energy, but also just about random things. What do you know? Tell me what you know. All right, so now we're going to go up the leg to another acupressure point. If you've been taking my class for years, you know that I'm always doing this. So you're going to come under the knee on the inside of the leg, about 2 fingers down. You'll find another pressure point where it's like, why does that feel owie? I'm going to hold that for 20 seconds. All right, now we're going to go above the knee, about 4 or 5 fingers above the knee. And you're going to hold that 20 seconds on the outside of the leg. All right. Tap, tap, and brush. Nice and light brushing. That's wonderful. I just wrote a song, Branches, about being naturally high from the sunshine. I'm so excited about it. Now we're going to just gently go the other way so that we bring it to this is where there's another lymphatic, like, center, the crease of your thigh. So you might find like that's a spot where you sweat, similar to under your arms, because it's a place where the toxins are coming out of you. All right, we're going to do the other side. All right. Make this a little nicer for you guys. We've got some cleaning to do in here. All right, we will get to our Wuji Gong form in just a minute. We're going to just do our other foot and our other leg. We're going to rotate each toe a few times in each direction and then pull the toe away from the foot. And then rotate the whole ankle. And then pull the toes back. Grab the bottom of the feet. And then between your toes. Okay, now we're going to find an acupressure point on your foot. What about coffee? Do you do that? Because I kind of do coffee almost every day, but I took a couple of days break. And is it a coincidence that that's the day I wrote a song? I don't know. Did I feel more at one with my spirit because I didn't have that coffee stimulus? I don't know. Doing this acupressure feels so freaking good. I cannot believe how long have we been going already? It's been, I don't know. I don't see the time on here. I think we've been going like 45 minutes. It's okay. We can go an hour and a half, maybe. We'll just see how we progress. So yummy. Excellent release when you do the foot acupressure. There ain't nothing like paying attention to your feet. Tell you what, they are so neglected. They're so hidden, like roots beneath the ground. When we pay attention to them like tender babies and burp them and feed them, it just makes good things happen for the whole body. Relaxation-wise, just rubbing the sesame oil on them or shea butter. You know, and those dry, cracked heels and toes, that's a pretty good sign that your lymph needs some help. That's just my humble opinion. My 2 cents about being 2 tenths. We're going to do some tapping. And I've been doing kickboxing lately, so I've been noticing a lot of stuff needs to be made right with my ankles and my feet that have been not exactly relaxed enough. Well, that's great that you don't do sugar. All right, so under the knee on the inside of the leg, about 2 fingers down, you'll find a pressure point. You just kind of glide your thumb until you feel like, I feel something there. We're going to press that for 20 seconds or more. You know, and a lot of coffee has mold, which is crazy. I just heard someone say 2 brands that don't have mold, but I do the first of all, the Golden Drops coffee, which tastes amazing to me. And I'm still singing there on Saturdays, by the way, 3 to 5. But I do the I think it's a Montana brand, but it's called Colorado coffee. It was just on sale at Sprouts too. Thank God. I've only gotten it when it's on sale because I don't want to spend $20 for a bag of coffee. I think it's normally like 18, but I got it for like 12 or 13 or something. Feel the pressure. Feel the acupressure. All right, tap up and down. Love you guys. Love you gals. Love you all. I love how it helps you feel love also when you do the lymphatic drainage and the massaging and the Tai Chi, at least for me. That's how I knew I loved it. I just felt love and silliness. For some reason, I didn't feel like that doing yoga. I didn't feel as much love. and brush. Brush. All right, now above the knee, about 4 or 5 fingers above, and you're going to hold that for 20 seconds. Please let me know in the comments how this time is working out for you. I know years ago we used to do 1:30 p.m. because I was just doing it the same time. I guess I was doing the class at the Y. But doing things first thing in the morning can be a little bit easier, even though it's not first thing. But I think I started doing this class at 8:30, and then there weren't enough people, so I changed it to 9:30. But please do comment about times that work for you, because I like knowing. And also, if you've made it this far in class, please put something blue in the comments. A blue emoji. I love how when I hold an acupressure point, it starts to feel a little itchy. And I sometimes count if I'm just like in a rush or something, but otherwise I just hold it until it feels right to let go. And usually it gets a little bit itchy to me. Everyone has different chi feelings. Someone might feel temperature, someone might feel tingles. I feel this itchy sensation, and then a heat release as I let go. And then I tap. We're going to brush all the way to the toes. And then back. Good. Guess what, y'all? It is time to stand up. Notice how you feel. Sometimes when we stand up, we feel back pain or something. So it's great to kind of check yourself and notice, oh, I actually don't feel any stuckness when I stand up, right? Because that's when, like, standing up is when you're like, oh, my aching back, like moving that body. But if you don't feel any of that, then you've done the WD-40 properly of the lymphatic stuff and the Qigong stuff. All right, beautiful. We are going to jump into our Wu Qigong form. Oh, I almost pulled the microphone with my chair. Get off there. All right. I love when, I sometimes drop things on the floor, right? I'm human. I love how when I do my energy practices, I'm like, oh, there's that thing on the floor I need to pick up. So it's like it cleans your house at the same time. All right, folks. We start the Wu Qigong form at the beginning of chaos. But before we even do that, I love just collecting some energy into our center. And then we're going to open up the door like we do in Tai Chi, right? So then what we're going to do is, for women, we put our right hands below the belly button. For men, the left above, or whatever feels right to you. And you're going to press in. Wait, first, make sure your feet are shoulder width apart and parallel. And then you're going to shake. And also the shoulders and the knees are coming up and down. That's too dark. Thank you for that penguin emoji. Love it. All right. Bottom hand face up, top face down, and shake. Y'all ready for the best day ever? All right, now we're going to shake it out. Consistent. Now we're going to drop the left shoulder down and just let it release back up from side to side. Now we're going to rotate that left shoulder back. Other side. Actually, I want to do one. All right. Sounds like there's a tree being chopped down outside. 3 on each side. Y'all, I'm on the WTHC podcast again today at 4 o'clock. Just FYI. Just find WTHC radio on YouTube or Facebook. It's a really great podcast about cannabis testing in labs. And it's a bunch of puppets. Super fun. I'm going to do both shoulders at the same time. And as always, if I get 10 super chats from this stream, I will go live on Sunday night with a little concert. Other way. Feel free to put some healing music on in the background. It goes well with this class. Alright, yin hand over the head and then the yang. Breathe in. Alright, relax the arms back to the side. We're going to lift that left heel up and rotate the knee towards the center, bending both knees. Remember to open your mouth a little bit and smile. And the other direction. Drop that heel, lift the right heel up and rotate to the left, bending both knees. Other way. Feet together, knees together, and little tiny rotations to the left. Other way. Now, like a tree in the wind, we're just going to sway back and forth, putting all the weight on one foot and then the other, keeping the feet glued to the ground, sinking in the ground. Oh, and it doesn't have to be 10, like it doesn't have to be super chats. It could be like a PayPal donation or any kind of donation to go live on Sunday night. I have links in the description of different ways. Because not everyone wants to use a credit card on Super Chat, or I don't even understand all that Apple Pay stuff. I'm just getting comfortable with like Venmo and stuff. Come to stillness. Feel the energy from the earth. Your presence is a gift. going to bring your hands in front about 2 fists away, and you're going to do little tiny circles as if you're holding a ball there. And the other way. And then we're going to open up and lift the left arm all the way up to the ear and just let it drop like a feather back and forth. And now we're going to reach across the body. Great job. And finally, the last part of the Wujigong is 5 minutes of freestyle. So you're just going to kind of freestyle around, kind of doing an energy dance. I'm going to step away from the screen to give myself an EMF break, and you can too. And I'll see you in 5 minutes. Some say that this is better than sleeping in some ways. Like sleeping resets your nervous system, right? But when you consciously, like if you have issues sleeping, this is like consciously resetting your nervous system. So, especially if you haven't slept, this is a really important exercise to do every day. 2 more minutes. One more minute. All right. Let's express our gratitude. I'm grateful for you, for being here. Thanking all lineage holders, 谢谢上师. Thanking all teachers, 谢谢老师. We fill our hearts with gratitude and compassion and spread this out to the whole world. And if you made it to the end, please put something pink in the comments below. A pink emoji. And do you have any questions? Is anything you want to share? What was your favorite part of class? How do you feel now? Do you feel more like yourself? Do you remember what it feels like to feel good? Let me know if this helped you in any way. Beautiful. And I will see you next Tuesday at 9:30 or Sunday night live, depending on what happens. Thank you so much for sticking with me and hanging out with me. And I will see you next time. Press that reset button. You got this. I believe in you.